Okay. I'm gonna stream some more Ever 17. Hopefully everything's working in the stream and everything, right? I hope. Yeah? Okay. Cool. So, summary of our last episode that I have, let's see. Okay, what did we do? Okay. We got 1,000,000 special illustrations of Sora, and she was hiding and riding around dolphins. She was trying to illustrate a point, which was that trying to understand the concept of fourth dimensional beings and understanding that they, because they're fourth dimensional, they see 3 dimensions better than we do because we're only using 2-dimensional images merged into one to see a 3rd-dimensional image. Anyway, basically, if you've ever seen the movie Interstellar, that tessellation is a pretty good representation of maybe what it might appear to us in our view. Anyway, at the very end, Sora, our good girl Sora, she was saying, "What is love?" And she was asking if Takeshi had a girl back home, which is great. Maybe she has feelings. I don't know. Okay. So, let's see. Continue. Oh yes, and also there's like a skip function now because we've already played through Segumi's chip plate. Oh, oopsies. Yeah, so, okay. Yep. Wait, no, do it. Continue. This one. Load. Do it. Load it. Cool. Alright. Yeah, so then I guess we're like back with everybody. Can I skip through this? I don't know. You'll see me asking a lot of the times if I can skip through something, and I'll try to tell you when I'm skipping through stuff, but it basically goes to like when the next decision is going to be made or if there's new text, and sometimes there's new text, but right now in the playthrough it's not been too important. It's just like, oh yeah, I saw the lemur and the lemur was like this, and you know, oh yeah, I remember that lemur. Anyway. Alright. Segumi was probably always just pretending to be tough. Distancing people by saying awful things was one of her bad habits. The fact that she was eating meant that at least her body was determined to live. As long as she recovered completely, there would be no more problems. Hey, it's a good thing. I felt my chest relax in relief. Oh god. It's been a minute, so I haven't done the voices in a bit. Okay.
You just got a happy look on your face, Takepyon.
Oh, really?
You were really worrying about Segumi, huh?
Feeling so transparent made me want to conceal the truth. No, it's not that. I was just thinking of all those sandwiches. They're pretty good after all.
Wow, really? Oh, good. Actually, I made your sandwich all by my very own self. You see, I used my secret sauce.
Ugh, I don't want secret sauce for a kid. Anyway.
Mayo, mustard, horseradish, and then some salt and pepper and a dab of soy sauce, and lots of butter. And then when it was done, cinnamon and cardamom and turmeric, nutmeg, vanilla, all shaken together and poured. And then, what was it again? Allspice and curry and hot sauce and some of the tube of something that Pee-Pee found, and, you know, we used lots of that. And then we stuck in the lettuce in between. Magnificent, right? And pretty, too. I actually did taste it, so I was a bit nervous. But you said it was delicious, right? Maybe I should make the next meal, too.
No, you don't have to do that. I'll keep cooking. Just listening to her was making my gut ache. Gathering my wits, I went to the bench where you and the kid were sitting. Coco and Pee-Pee trotted along behind me. Forgot Pee-Pee. Pee-Pee! Pee-Pee! Anyway.
Hey you, where did Sora go? She went to go look to see if she can find some clue to help us escape. From what she said, the sensors on the 3rd floor are working a little bit better. Did you see Sora, you? I cut in front of them. I'm just gonna check if I can skip. I can! Zip! Here we go. Oh, okay, we're now out of choice. That was very fast. Okay. I don't think I remember Coco cooking, but maybe it's just been too long. I don't remember any of that. Maybe that was all new dialogue. So now I have the choice. Takeshi is supposed to say, alright, I confess, and then he has a choice between I went to see Tsugumi, I was just meeting Sora, I went to the bathroom. And these are choices to regard, like they were asking, where were you last night? Let me check. I think I have to say I was meeting with Sora. Some of these options are pretty obvious, but I want to check just in case, so... Alright. I was just meeting Sora. I tried to be honest as possible. Oh! Well, I went for a walk and ran into her. She was awake, so we jogged to this wider stalk together. It didn't sound like jogging, more like you were running. The sound really echoed. Well, you know, Sora, she can run so fast. I had to hurry just to keep up. Forget fast, Sora can run? Let's not get into the details, kid. Ouch. I cuffed him on the head. Alright. Yeah, that's an invasion of privacy. Listen, you're the one who started this with your whole reporter act. Who, me? She stuck out her tongue. No one seemed inclined to question me further, so that solved that. Everyone milled around the rest area. I felt energy drain out of me. I wasn't tense, but I wasn't relaxed either. Just gonna check if I can skip. Yep. Oh. And now, he's saying, still in the rest area. Sora made me think of all kinds of questions. What was love? What were people? What was the meaning of life? What was she herself? I was more worried about things than I was. Oh, she was more worried about things than I was. I didn't know the answers. The stress of so many unknowns was starting to get to me. Which is why, hearing Yu's voice, I returned to Earth with a jolt. Okay, I think this is skippable. Let's check. She's gonna start talking about the statues. Yep. Hey, remember that statue about Pygmalion? Okay. I think they're clapping. I thought that was the sound of clapping. That's weird. Anyway, now we're at another choice. I'm supposed to say to myself, how do I feel about this story? And the choices are, right, happily ever after, I watch silently, or voice disagreement. This time, I'm going to say, right, happily ever after. Because as Takeshi, who's kind of into this hologram, I think I relate a little to Pygmalion's statue wife. Anyway. Right, happily ever after. I applauded with them. Never knew you knew so much, you. Well, she drew up proudly. I know a little about myth and folklore. She raised a finger in front of her face, looking demure. The story of Pygmalion shows that if you hope and ask and persevere, your wish will come true. His longing was answered because he put his heart into his sculpture and then loved her, believing that she would speak to him one day. So that's it. Wow! Okay, well this is a little different, but this guy named Rosenthal wrote something about something called the Pygmalion effect. She was acting like a professor on a soapbox. Just gonna check if I can skip. Yep, alright. Okay, so now it is 11:10 a.m. I think at that point she was just gonna talk about, like, the same stuff we heard before. Kurenari, didn't you see Tsugumi when she woke up last night? Well, yeah. Before being asked, forced me to remember the night before. Tsugumi saying, I want to die. I'm gonna check if I can skip. I can't. Okay. But then she'd eaten 3 sandwiches, and she would just recover. Wait up, you! You knew that I'd seen Tsugumi? Yep! I heard from Sora this morning about Tsugumi's condition and your panicked running. That midnight emergency staircase dash that the kid was talking about, that reason was because of Tsugumi, right?
Alright, you listen here. A minute ago you were pretending to be a reporter and trying to get me to tell you. Why did you ask about something you'd already know?
Well, it's your fault for trying to be so mysterious.
You little... I hated to admit it, but she had taken me for a ride, and I had no comeback. So, how do you think Tsugumi's doing? Aren't you worried about her?
He's trying to change the subject.
Shut up! If you already know something, say it already.
Well, Limit is always watching over the infirmary medical computer data, and since Limit hasn't alerted us to anything, it means that Tsugumi is probably sleeping peacefully.
Well, that's a relief. We reached the infirmary at 11:26. I'm just gonna check if I can skip again. Whee! Oh, she's missing! Oh no! Okay. Alright. Now we have you and Sora on the screen. We can't just let her be out there. What if her injury gets worse? I think we're talking about Tsugumi because she ran away. Why couldn't she just stay in bed?
Hey, Kurinari! Kurinari-san!
I left them there and ran out. The buoyancy elevator was right nearby. I pushed down the down button and called the elevator. Just gonna check if I could skip. Yep. Okay. She was always acting tough, but I figured she was bawling by now, and that her leg would be killing her. She'd gone so far that she probably couldn't get back even if she wanted to. Maybe she was regretting it? What I really wanted to do was get in a couple good wisecracks to pay her back for all the hard time she's given me. But I felt a little sorry for her. The door's opened. I'm just gonna check if I skipped. Yep. Oh, the whale room! Okay, we're in the pipes there, Tsugumi. I thought to proceed gently. I wanted to handle the conversation correctly. She stood up slowly and looked my way. By the way, this is Tsugumi that we're talking to. Are you looking for something? No, not really. She stepped back as if she was keeping watch over me. I could tell that she was agitated. She hadn't expected to see me. Oh, and we can skip. Whee! Okay. Takeshi's like, listen. Searching for a way to reach her. I just came out of basic human decency. It's not like everyone's happy about the way you keep doing things, because my injured friend suddenly went missing. That's why. Of course I came looking for you. Alright. Yeah, they have that argument. It's like, what do you mean friend? What are you calling me a friend for? Blah da 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 da. It's gonna be so tough. Ugh. Takeshi is like, alright, I get it. You're so unbelievably selfish. I thought about pretending to raise my fist, but I didn't do it. Takeshi is quick to anger, you guys. Let's see. Tsugumi said nothing. Even if I did, she probably wouldn't flinch. Believe me, I don't want to be friends with someone like you, but we don't have a choice. We all want to get out of here. Don't you want to get out of here as soon as possible? As long as we're in the same boat, we're friends. In Japan, people with the same goal are called friends. I'm going to check if I can skip. Whee! Alright. So we had our little altercation. I don't think that Tsugumi was moved, but she's now telling us to move, so I moved aside. Giving me a glance, she moved towards the door, dragging her foot. She was moving awkwardly, still dragging her left foot. Left foot? Left foot? Wait, did I say left foot? Whoa, 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 wait a second! I yelled with all my might. What? I said don't talk to me! And we remember that Tsugumi had injured her other foot, so I'm just gonna skip ahead. She smacked me and went back upstairs, and now I'm talking to Sora. And alright, we're back on the 3rd floor. At last, we reached the 3rd floor. I had heard from Sora that you and the kid were holed up in the central control room because she wanted to figure something out. She said that Coco and Pee-Pee had gone off somewhere on a walk. I wonder where they went. When I asked Sora that, she put her finger to her lips and smiled.
shall we say, individual study time?
Alright, it is noon 51 p.m. We're the only ones in the conference room. Study time! Sora turned over the observation of Blemu to the automatic limit control system for a few hours. That would ensure Segumi and you had some privacy, and give Sora a break too. So there she sat in a chair in the conference room looking at a whiteboard. I stood at the whiteboard, dry marker in hand, playing Professor. A private lesson, one-on-one. The reason we started that was Koko-chan and Kid-chan were giving rave reviews of Tanaka-san's speech. What was it like, I asked her, but she wouldn't tell me. Kuranari-san, do you know? Well, yeah, but it's not like I have the whole thing memorized. I guess, like, this is weird because there's no, like, I guess this is what they were talking about before, so there's no, like, indication of who's talking, so I apologize. I'm just going to read it straight. I have no idea who's talking. I'll try. You can probably guess based off of context, but anyway. I know. I'll give you a lecture just as good as... No, better than you's. And that's how it started. The title of my lecture was The Psychology of Love. I was playing to the crowd, but I hadn't decided what I would talk about. It was all ad-lib. Let's see. When's your birthday, Akanagasaki-kun? I would just choose a random starting point. Kuranari-san, what did you... No. I wagged my finger in front of my face. Then, Akanagasaki-kun. I said that while pointing at Sora. Professor Kunari. I said that as I pointed at myself. You understand, okay?
Okay.
She nodded. Who's in command now? This is terrible.
Professor Kuranari.
Very good, once again. When is your birthday, Akanagasaki-kun?
Development of Les Mis started on September 16th, 1992. The prototype was finished in October of 2000. Actual operation of Sora RSD system began in April, 11 years later, which means that I was born April 2nd, 2011.
2011? Oh my, what a very young student you are. Takeshi's a creep. Wait, you're only 6 years old? This is a perk? What is this? What are we doing here? Okay. I can't deal with it. Okay. Wait. You're only 6 years old?
No, I'm 24.
How's that?
I'm not sure of the reason myself. This year and last, even 3 or 4 years ago, I've been 24. I've been 24 since I was born. Of course, it's just my programmed age. I don't actually age like humans do. So, I'll always be 24, eternally, I'm afraid.
She's ever 24. I had to admit it would be strange to hear her say that I'm 41 looking the way that she did. They must have predicted that such a time would come and fixed her internal age at 41. Okay. I see. Well then I accept that you're 24, Akanagasaki-kun. In that case, I think you should learn that the appropriate behavior for someone your age. She cocked her head to the side and a little bewildered.
You mean that I don't seem 24 right now?
Yes, that is exactly my point. Your average 24-year-old is, more, how can I say? Has a bit more sparkle.
Sparkle? Are you saying that my face should be more shiny?
No, that's not what I mean. 24 is when you start thinking about marriage.
Ah, marriage.
I hate Takeshi. You become friends with you become friends with someone at 24, and then you date a few years, and then you marry around 26 or 27. That is the key. Marrying into Moolah.
Moolah? Does that have to do with cows?
No. I guess my reference is a little dated. Listen up. You're asking too many questions. Be quiet until your teacher stops talking. I'll take all questions at the end, alright? Sora nodded silently. Well, now then, let's go back to what I was saying. Sparkle means it's the gleam in your eyes as you frantically search for the object of your affection. All, of course, as a preamble to getting married. That's what I'm speaking of. Until 23, you choose a man who will be an appropriate boyfriend. After 24, you choose a man who will be an appropriate husband. You might think of that as an appropriate husband would be someone who promises you a bright future. But to borrow words from the ancients, it all comes down to 3 heights. High education, high salary, high in stature. That would be the ideal individual. You think there's really guys like that out there? If you're feeling greedy, you might also look for someone who's kind, handsome, who cares more about his family than his job. In other words, yeah, right. You could search the whole world and never find a guy like that. I'm glad that Takeshi knows. Sora doesn't say anything.
Professor, you seem upset.
Sorry, it's a little traumatic. Excuse me. So, because of all that, the 24-year-old woman can be a very severe creature. Clever and calculating. And in order to bring down her prey, she must have all the social skills of a little devil. Do you understand? What the fuck? She cocked her head to the side. I wanted to sigh, but I pulled myself together to make a declaration. Well, perhaps it is better if you put this theory into practice. Let's try it.
Alright, Kurenari-san.
Professor.
Yes, Professor Kurenari, I will try my very best.
No. That kind of talk is a no-no.
Huh?
Not, yes, I can try my very best, but more like, you know, devilishly, coquettishly. 1, 2, 3, go!
The hell is do something like that right away? I'll kill you, you bastard! Black.
That's what she said. That's what Sora said. No. That's all wrong. That's not devilish. That's just downright demonic. And that's not coquetry. That's poultry. Okay, this is probably full of jokes that I'd better be suited if I were Japanese, maybe.
Professor, this is a bit too difficult for me to start with.
Really?
Yes.
Alright then, how about you start by not speaking so formally?
Yes, something like that will be better. Something easier.
Using the same example.
Yes, I will try my very best.
In casual conversation, this would be like, sure, I'll give it a try.
Sure, I'll give it a try.
See, you can do it if you try. Sora's face lit up with a smile.
This is interesting. Please teach me more.
Her eyes shone.
This is like...
Oh, sorry. This is like so fun. Now you try it.
This is like so fun.
And we did that for several hours. Alright, the time has come to see the fruits of your labor. Go forth, my prized pupil. It's 3:29 p.m. Coco and Pee-Pee were jumping up or down in the rest area. They sure were.
Oh, Sora-san! Woof woof! Hey, Sora-san! Sora-san, did you find Tsugumi? Tsugumi? I haven't seen her. Anyways, Coco, don't you know that any cute guys that you could hook me up with? The guys at this party last week were like such losers. Sora-san? I was like, I'm sick of eldest sons, man. I want something fresh. And then they wanted to go Dutch. Can you believe it? It's like total junk.
Coco burst into tears. Arrgh, says Pee-Pee. Pee-Pee let out a terrified growl.
What's the matter? You don't like my new way of talking?
Hey, what's going on? You came running.
Oh, hey, it's you. I haven't heard from you in like forever, girl. What are you doing? Like busy like a bee or something?
What's happened to you, Sora?
What are you looking all scared for? Really, how not cool. Hurry up and put an end to all your work then. Wanna go clubbing or something? Don't you wanna stay out all night?
Kurenari, did you do this? She's punching at me now. So, due to the general outcry, Sora went back to talking like her original self. What a fun time we had. Alright, 6:24 p.m. Several hours had passed since Sora's outburst. You, Coco, and the kid had finished their meal and moved on to the rest area where they were relaxing and letting their food digest. Okay then. Alright, I'm just gonna see if I can skip. Whee! Okay. Now Sora's in front of us again.
But what were you doing? Were you eating something?
Oh, I think he was eating his, like, prized secret sausage that he had kept in the back of the fridge. Oh, well, if you don't know, it doesn't matter.
Huh?
As usual, Sora feigned ignorance. It looked like she didn't remember my love psychology lecture. It was just as well.
By the way, I just had a talk with Komachi-san.
Oh, really? Surprised I blinked. You spoke to Tsugumi?
Yes, she returned to the infirmary, so I went to go see her. Komachi-san was actually the one to speak first.
Oh?
She said that she was sorry for going too far and smashing the medical equipment.
Apologized? Tsugumi?
Yes.
I was surprised. No, I was really surprised. And
then she asked me a really strange question.
Really strange question? What did she ask?
Well, she said, "What do you know about my past?" I didn't know what to say.
And?
I told her I didn't know anything. Because I didn't know anything.
Oh. It was a strange question. Where's Tsugumi now? I said that while trying to restrain my sense of urgency.
She nodded at my answer and went to bed.
Bed? She went back to the infirmary and went to bed?
Well, yes.
Are you sure? Is that where she is now?
Yes, probably.
Probably, huh? Can you check to make sure Tsugumi isn't wandering around instead of taking it easy? I nodded, but Sora looked troubled. What's wrong? All it takes is a quick scan.
Yes, well, Kurinari-san, I don't like to scan with the sensors unless it's an emergency.
What?
There are times when even you want to be alone, right, Kurinari-san? And times where you want to talk about something in secret or be alone with somebody? I want to protect people's privacy. If I scan, then I know everything.
Sora's smile was slightly uncomfortable. Sora went to go check on Lemon, and I went to the second floor infirmary. I'm just gonna check if I can skip. I cannot. Hope she's resting properly. Hey, Tsugumi, can I come in? Spoke into the intercom and opened the door. It's 7:01 p.m. The infirmary was quiet again. All the smashed equipment had been tidied up. Sure enough, Tsugumi was there. Oh, you really are in bed. I don't believe it. Perhaps sensing my presence, Tsugumi opened her eyes. And I can skip. Whee! Skipping. And then she's gone again. I think this is when we start finding out about Chammy. Okay. Consider the evidence. The cotton in the box and the scattered pieces of nut. Scattered pieces of nut. Did Tsugumi have some kind of pet? It seemed a reasonable conclusion. In that case, maybe she's gone looking for her pet? But where exactly? I couldn't ask Sora. I asked Sora from the infirmary terminal, but she didn't appear. I called for her. Alright. And I'm skipping ahead. Whee! And we've located where the hamster is. And okay. Now we're back in the control room downstairs. Tsugumi's like, don't get me wrong. I didn't purposely try to get you to do something I knew you couldn't do. I'm not like you. I'm not stupid. You and I are different up here. Tsugumi tapped her head. I'm going. What's your problem? I can't believe you're being like this at a time like this. It's not a nice thing to say. I'll be fine. You just go back to the security office. When I go through to the other side, you can tell me where Hammy is. Alright. Yeah, we remember this. Like, she's gonna go and tell us where the hamster is or whatever. We won't be able to locate him without the limit, will we? Yeah. Yeah, is it? Well, why don't you use that superior intellect of yours to think of something? Unless someone who can operate the limit stays behind, it won't work. Tsugumi laughed. It's no problem. I've learned from you. I'll show you what I can do with a little courage and guts. Now wait just a... She bumped into me. Ugh! She punched me! Tsugumi punched me! Huh? See you later. Tsugumi took the rope hook and went down the ladder. Before long, she disappeared from view. The rope stretched into the water. Oh, Tsugumi's going to get the hamster this time. Holding my stomach, I sunk to my knees. She had got me with such a solid body blow, and I couldn't stand up. She really hit hard. I can't believe her. I seem to remember getting punched like that by someone wearing a mascot costume. Was that Tsugumi? Ugh! I was suddenly dizzy. My stomach was in agony. Not where I'd been punched. I was suffering from a totally different pain. I reached the pipe and tried to stand up, but my hand grasped thin air. My vision clouded. I coughed and spat. Ugh! What erupted from my mouth were the semi-liquid remains of my hot dog. I guess he's never gonna be able to keep that hot dog down. And I know some people can relate. What the... I felt a chill as I lost consciousness. When I regained consciousness, I was laying half in a pool of water. Where am I? Oh, it's the pipe room. I'm sorry, I was making a joke. Anyway. What happened to Tsugumi? In front of me, I could see the rope disappearing into the hatch. That's right, she's looking for Hammy! Oh no! I have to get to the security office. Tsugumi will need navigation. You're a little too late. Sorry, I'll be right there. Wait, what? I've already been there and back. With a startled look on her face, Tsugumi peered out of the hatch. She pulled up the rope as she stood and closed the hatch. I slowly got off the floor. How'd it go, Tsugumi? I found him. He was in the corner of the room, but I couldn't catch him. I think he ran this way. Oh. I hoped that we could catch him. Just let me check then. What does this hamster look like? He's just a normal Jungarian hamster, I guess. Gray color, black stripe on his back, small enough to sit in the palm of your hand. Like that? I pointed to a small rodent running along a nearby pipe. Huh? Takeshi, grab him! What? Seeing the rodent, Tsugumi's eyes got huge. I had no idea what to say. The small furry animal noticed Tsugumi and me and froze, his eyes fixed on us. And I can confirm that yes, that's what hamsters do. I feel like they don't really have a very good flight or fight response. It's just freezing. Which is great if you want to keep them in captivity. Anyway. Well then, I reached out my hand. Gotcha! What? Just like that? I didn't think I'd catch him so quickly. The stunned hamster laid quietly in my hand. Whoa, nice catch! No, be careful, don't squeeze him so hard, says Tsugumi. I just don't want to think about it anymore, that whole hamster thing. Anyway, what? Tsugumi snatched the rat from my hand. She stroked it gently as if she was consoling it. Did it hurt? I'm sorry. Wait, what? Is that really a rat? I mean, what are you doing with that thing in the first place? I was taken aback. No, I keep telling you, this is not a rat. It's Chami. He's a Jungarian hamster. Tsugumi spat the words out. She pouted as she glared at me. Oh, okay, so he's not a rat. He's Chami. Chami? The hamster's name is Chami? I didn't say that. I never said that. Embarrassed, she bowed her head. Well, anyway, is that what you were looking for? She nodded silently. Okay, well, great. That was lucky, wasn't it? Anyway, we've got him. Takeshi, thank you, I guess. Her voice was quiet and expressionless. Ouch! She knocked me down and bolted from the room. She was soaking wet, still clutching Chami. What the heck is with that chick? I wanted to tell her how glad I was that she was okay, but it seemed I had missed my chance. Stunned, I listened to her footsteps grow fainter. Okay, 11:06 p.m. So that's what happened. Alright, let's see if I can skip. Nope. Oh, okay, so Sora's here.
Oh, I see.
Several hours had elapsed since the hunt for Chami. I had asked Sora to come with me to the souvenir kiosk on the second floor. Oh, I see. Sorry.
Isn't it great that Komachi-san found her friend?
Yeah. Her friend. Well, as far as Tsugumi was concerned, I guess it was her friend.
Anyway, Kuranari-san, weren't you going to search this kiosk for food?
Yeah, that was right. It was quiet all around. There was no one around. You and the kid and Coco were in the conference room preparing for bed. Tsugumi was probably asleep in the infirmary. We looked pretty thoroughly last time and didn't find anything.
But there are nuts and cookies here. I saw them right away. Look.
Sora pointed to the packets in the kiosk. Oh, really? There was a mountain of packets just like the one that I had found under the bed in the infirmary. I guess we were all half asleep when we looked last time. Well, I don't need to worry about food for the time being.
You can all keep eating the fried tuna sandwiches, can't you?
Yes, there's plenty, but I don't know what would be the expiration date on them, but there should be enough for 2 or 3 more days.
Oh.
Yeah. We kept talking for a while. It was an ordinary conversation with no fixed theme and nothing to do with the topic of escape. I wonder what the weather is like up there.
I have no way of knowing what situation's like up on the surface, but judging from what it's like underwater, it's quite calm. It's unlikely to get worse anytime soon.
That's reassuring.
Yes.
Half the meaning was probably lost. I thought perhaps that conversation could be an opportunity. I searched for the right words. Listen, Sora. I want to talk about something serious.
You do too, Kuranari-san? Actually, so do I.
Really? Okay, after you. Ladies first.
No, Kuranari-san, you go first.
To tell you the truth, I'm a little embarrassed.
So am I.
Okay, so, now I'm at a crossroads. Do I say, okay, me first, or Sora first, or both at the same time? Let's see, what do we got? Let's both say it at the same time. Oh, this can only go well. Well, let's both say it at the same time.
Alright.
Okay, together. Then, 3, 2, 1, go! It's about the lecture today.
It's about the lecture today.
I'd spoken a moment sooner. Well, okay.
Love psychology.
Get like the weird picture of Sora holding her face. Anyway. Ah, boy. Sora's cheeks were bright red. Ah, that. I was probably a little red too. Hee. We were reflected on the glass of the kiosk. Sora twinkled as she spoke. Never mind.
I wanted to speak about the lecture. Koko-chan was afraid of me and Tanaka-san seemed mad about something. But what you said wasn't wrong. At least, I don't think so.
Neither do I. I think my examples have maybe been a little extreme, but I think my basic message was right. Yeah.
Professor, I would like you to finish the lecture. Teach me everything. I want to know what I don't know.
Alright then, Akanagasaki-kun. The lecture resumed. After hours studies. She was the only one participating in my lecture. No one else was listening. I wonder why. It was a one-on-one lecture. Well, Akanagasaki-kun, we're going to have to get back to the basics. I played it up a little.
Professor, I have a question.
What is it?
You weren't acting like this earlier today.
I pretended to clear my throat. The professor is practicing speaking like a professor. Let's not worry about how to talk. The way you're talking is fine. There are gentlemen who prefer gentle voices. I went into the kiosk alone. The inside of the kiosk there had not been used since the second flood and was strewn out with colorful stationery and merchandise.
Professor, what should I do?
Just stand there. Alright. Sora was waiting just outside the kiosk. I jumped over the counter. I brushed aside the stuff that was lying around and I went over to the window. Alright then, Akanagasaki-kun.
Yes, what is it, Professor?
Come a little closer. From inside the kiosk, I beckoned to Sora. Sora approached the glass. She stopped about a meter away.
Kurinari-san, if I get any closer, the RSD image will...
Don't be so unromantic or you'll spoil the mood.
But I'll probably start to look flat.
Embarrassed, she bowed her head. It's fine, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Repeat after me. It's fine, it's fine.
It's fine.
Blushing furiously, Sora timidly approached the window. Slowly, one step at a time. That's it. Before long, Sora and I faced each other through the thin sheet of glass.
Here I am. Do I look strange, Professor?
Don't worry. I told you it was alright, didn't I? Her image was warping a little, but it was nothing serious. Alright then, practice.
I'm a little nervous.
Well, don't let me make you nervous. Relax. Okay, repeat.
Relax.
In my hand, I held a marker pen that I'd picked up off the floor. It was a red, water-based pen. Alright then, I thought you were a traditional Japanese girl.
Really?
Pure and sincere. Lovely. But I felt that a 24-year-old, you were lacking a little something.
What?
Color. The look of a grown woman. Sora standing on the other side of the spotless glass. This is a beautiful image. We get a special image of Sora through the glass with lips drawn onto her face. It looks bad. I mean, I don't know if any of the illustrations look great, but this one specifically is incredible. Okay. I took off the cap of the pen and traced the line of Sora's lips. The fastest way to give you color is with makeup! With conservative makeup like yours, you won't even attract doctors or lawyers! Your makeup has to be more feminine.
Professor, I don't understand what you mean.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. I carefully drew her lipstick.
That tickles!
Stand still, Akanagasaki-kun. This is difficult.
I'm not moving.
Maybe my hand wasn't used to this angle. Anyway, it was still shaking a little. I drew her eyeline and gave her mascara and rouge and colored in her eyebrows. Alright, you're done! Finished! What a work of art. I'd give it a little... I'd call it Butterfly of the Night. Oh no! Then we have a special image with her covered in, bad makeup. Anyway.
Professor, is this feminine makeup?
Well, not quite.
Huh?
It's actually over the top. Really over the top. It was a complete failure. She looked like a child scribbling.
I've never looked like this. This is a change. I've never seen anything...
Oh wait, I've never seen anything, quite like this.
I think I like it.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Akanagasaki-kun. You really, truly think so?
What? You don't like it?
I thought so. What do you mean? Akanagasaki-kun? Oh no, she opened her eyes. Ah! She looks amazing. This is kind of horrifying. It's all wrong! I tried to rub the lipstick off with my hand, but it wouldn't come off. The more I tried to wipe it off, the more lipstick spread all over her face.
Professor, is this feminine makeup?
All around Sora's mouth was stained red. Kanagasaki-kun! Not exactly. Without meaning to, I laughed.
Professor?
I'm sorry, but it's certainly a change. I was apologizing, but I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, Professor! Stop playing with my face!
Then Sora started to laugh as well. We both collapsed laughing. The sound of the laughter filled the silence of the nighttime kiosk. It had been ages since I had laughed like that. And after we had laughed for a while, Sora moved over to the next window. We're gonna try this again. Okay, cool. Alright. We're drawing, it's another special image, it's the same one from before. Now Sora is just got lipstick, that's all she's got on.
Please do it properly this time.
Sora's face became serious. Alright, okay. This time I promise you a perfect feminine beauty. I picked up the pen again and faced the glass. I faced it, but...
What's wrong?
Nothing. I didn't draw anything with the pen. I stared deep into Sora's eyes through the glass.
Professor Kuranari?
Her glossy lips were forming my name. Let's not do this.
Huh?
You don't need makeup. You don't need makeup, Sora. You're already beautiful.
Professor! Don't tease me!
I'm not teasing you, I mean it.
Don't say that, Professor.
I could see Sora blushing.
If you say that, Professor, I'll start to take you seriously.
She bowed her head, her eyes searching around. No more playing teacher.
Professor? Kuranari-san?
Sora slowly raised her head and looked at me in the eyes. Sora, your hands. Put your hands here. Aw, we get a special image of Sora and Takeshi touching hands in the window. I put my hands against the glass. Sora placed her hands where mine were. Right against left, left against right. Separated by a pane of glass, our hands were touching. It felt strange. What would be a barrier just between us was actually the only thing joining us. Without something in between us, we couldn't touch. But on either side of the glass, we were able to confirm the existence of the other. I felt as if my hands were touching Sora's body. Sora's face was there right in front of me, mere centimeters from me. We were so close, it felt like I could hear her breathing. I thought that it could probably even take her in my arms.
Kuranari-san, may I ask you something?
Go ahead.
I feel warm. I feel really warm. From my fingers and in my heart? What's happening? Why do you think...
I couldn't answer. Sora's eyes glistened with tears as she stared at me. The glass in the window was shaking. Sora's warmth spread to my hand, but it was just an illusion. If I closed my eyes, Sora would disappear. But in my hand I could feel the warmth like sunshine, even if the warmth was just an illusion. Sora existed there, and then, of that, I was certain. Okay, so now we're having a moment, I guess. Uh-oh. Darkness spread out before my eyes. Without limit, it spread nothingness. This sounds like the dream that he had where, like, he couldn't tell who he was. Let me see if I can skip. I can! Whee! I think we're looking for Tsugumi now. I think Tsugumi may have left in the middle of the night, and now we're looking for her. I think. Alright. I have the choice to push the button or don't push the button for the elevator. I am gonna push that button. With no clear reason in mind, I pushed the elevator call button. Click, click. I think I can skip this. No, I can't. All it did was make a noise. The elevator showed no signs of budging. But of course, all of the elevators in that section of the compound had been shut down. Hi, says Tsugumi. Hearing a voice from behind me, I turned in my head, and there was Tsugumi standing quietly. What are you up to? There's no point in waiting around. That elevator is not coming. I'm gonna see if I can skip. I can! Whee! Okay. So this is when Tsugumi is trying to get me to go to Qual, which is that, like, jellyfish gondola thing. She's asking, I guess, if I want to go or if I know about it. And I'm going to say I don't know instead of I know. I don't know. Actually, I think I knew, but then I forgot. Right. Okay, I'll tell you. Qual is the jellyfish gondola attraction, and it's located just behind this elevator room. Oh, is that so? Then we both fell silent. Tsugumi started to giggle and gave me a hard look. We both knew that what we were going to do next. With Tsugumi in the lead, we headed to the Qual entrance. Say, how do you make this thing work? Go figure. Let me see if I can skip. Whee! I can. Okay, so now we're in... A lot of freaky shit happened in this gondola last playthrough. So she says, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What is it? Well, it's something I wanted to ask. Something I wanted to confirm. It was strange that Tsugumi would have something she wanted to say to just me. Her behavior seemed extremely odd. It's strange, but it feels like I'm beginning to lose it. Like I'm going crazy. Huh? So, tell me, where are you? Out of nowhere, she asked me again. What do you mean, where? I'm right here. Yeah, but where is here? You know here is here, right? I beat the palm of my hand against my chest. Have you ever cut your fingernails? Oh, here we go with that conversation again. Let's see if I can skip through. Yeah, okay, so this is the whole theory of just like, what is the concept of you? If I take away a piece of you, then... Oh, yes. Okay, sorry. Take away a piece of you, like, is that still you? No, how much of you is actually you? And that's the whole conversation. And during that conversation, she was choking me. But now, I think it's a little different. She says, all that time, Tsugumi continued to hold my neck with her hands. Little by little, she began to apply more pressure. After a while, it became difficult to breathe. My mind began to fog over. I was slowly drifting towards chaos. You see, your existence has no substance. All you are is a concept. You're just a packet of information, software. But the information written on a CD has no physical body, right? So I'm just going to continue. The CD itself is just plastic, a hard mass of polycarbonate. But that mass holds nothing to do with the information that it holds. Information can't have a physical body. That's impossible. Information does not have shape or substance. The embodiment of information only takes place through its application. However, the embodied information itself has no actual body. The essence of information is the information itself. Takeshi, it's the same for you. There's no physical substance to your essence. Instead, the human called Kurenari Takeshi is no more than a concept, information, software. And that essence is realized only through your body, the hardware. That's it. Your body is just the hardware. It's just the device which the entity of you is embodied. Why do you... I spat the words out with difficulty. How come you are... Was I making any sense to her? I couldn't tell. The weight of Tsugumi's whole body was on my neck. I can't. I just can't. For an instant, her group loosened slightly. I can never escape. And now she's crying. So we have never seen this image, I'm pretty sure, where she's crying and choking us at the same time. I'm bound eternally to this horrid body. My soul is forever in chains. Tsugumi became teary-eyed. So that was the light deep in her eyes. Tears. Hey, Takeshi? Would you kill me? Half lying on her side, she grabbed my wrists. She tried to force my hands on her own neck. Please. Kill me? What are you talking about? I broke away from her grasp. Why are you talking like this? Yeah, I get it. Tsugumi muttered, her voice shaking, and her gaze drifted off. You're just a coward. Just a gutless man. In fact, you're not even a man. It's got nothing to do with this. Come on, please? Kill me. Can't you do it? Are you crazy? There's no way I could do such a thing. Why not? Why can't you? Of course I can't. I don't need a reason. I don't want to. Why do you want to die so badly anyway? Why do you want someone to kill you? Please, it's because... Forget it. Are you really so unwilling? Oh, sorry. She asked, are you really so unwilling? And Takeshi is like, you're damn right I'm unwilling. Well, in that case I know. I will kill you instead. With all of her strength, Tsugumi slammed me into the floor and started choking me. I will give you the gift of death, and then I'll... With all of her strength, she slammed me down, and slammed me down, again and again. Stop it! If she kept it up, I would die. No, I was dying. If she didn't stop, I was a goner. Uh-oh, we're at a red screen. Attempting to force her off, I scratched her. Something red started to drip from her lips. It was blood. She was bleeding. Blood mixed with tears. What an autobiography title, sorry. Suddenly, her shadow had loomed over me. I couldn't see a thing. And then her mouth closed on mine. Our lips pressed hard together. My mouth was filled with the taste of her blood and tears. I'll kill you. I will. I'll kill you. No. Don't leave me alone. No, don't. Please don't leave me alone. Please, Takeshi. Please. Darkness surrounded me. Or maybe I wasn't there at all. A darkness without awareness. I only heard the slight rustling of clothing and Tsugumi's sigh. Hearing that sound, I felt a craziness swell up inside of me. Two shadows overlapped to become one, and I plunged into the chaos farther and farther. We became one. Woohoo! Yay! I guess, Tsugumi is... I don't know. Anyway, yeah. You know, for the back row, I guess they boned. Anyway, after I went straight back to the conference room. Let's see if I can skip through this. Yeah! Whee! Wahoo! Okay. Great. We are now back in the rest area. And I guess Tsugumi's around, but I don't know if she's around or what. But I'm saying, so talking to her again would be awkward, and we see the image of the last time she was on top of us. She had told me while we were there on the jellyfish gondola, kill me, but I couldn't. There was no possible way I could do such a thing, but still. Why did it feel like I'd messed up somehow? Something had come over me. There was nothing I could do. I glanced up and noticed Coco and the others had stopped playing. Huh? What was she doing? Okay, I think this is when Coco is stabbing the statue in the back. Let's see. Yep. And there she goes. Oh, she's having a sad moment now. Okay. Yes. So Coco is just berserker barraging the statue with 2 screwdrivers. She says, okay, and then... One of the shapes had a particularly large head. It was only half finished. This is Sora-san. Sora-san is pretty, which makes her hard to draw. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. I'm skipping through. She fell and Kid is gonna be there. Statue stood there without complaint, pointing at the ceiling. A while later, what was left on the stone was the carved images of 6 people and 2 animals. It was evidence of our existence. And there we go. Okay, so now we're, just, what's the next thing we're gonna do? Okay, I think we're looking for someone. I don't know what we're looking for, but he says, but I didn't know where to go. We have the choice of the control room, the infirmary, or the security office. Let's go to the control room. I bet you Sora's probably there. I tried the control room. I pushed the button to open the door and it slid open. Sora, are you in here? I had called out her name but got no response. The console was silent. That's strange. I wondered if it meant that she had finished checking the sensor data. But if that was the case, she would have reported back to us. Sora, where are you? Hey, Sora! I expected to find her hiding in the corner or something, but I called out again and still got no response. Next, I touched the terminal. Although I didn't know how to operate it, it seemed to be responding. And the map of the Lemu data suddenly appeared on the LEM monitor, but it didn't tell me anything. There was still no sign of Sora. I decided to check somewhere else. I headed for the second floor. Let's go to the security office. Weird, she's not there. Climbing up the stairs, I headed towards the security office on the second floor. As usual, the room smelled faintly of smoke. I'm speeding through. She's talking to you. She's just trying to get through, if I can figure out some data. And now we see Takeshi. He's like, wait a minute. Okay, so if you find that password, will that mean that you can save Sora? Save her? I mean, you could copy all of her source data to a high-capacity hard drive or something, and then take that data out of here by hand, right? Well, yeah, I guess it could be done. Except that won't be necessary. You spoke coldly. Huh? We don't need to save Sora. She's saved already. How's that? In fact, Sora doesn't actually reside in Lemu. More precisely, the brain of Sora resides in a supercomputer on Incel Null. Do you see what I'm saying? Meaning that if Lemu sinks, floods, or explodes, Sora won't be damaged at all. Because she's not even here. She lives above the ocean. From our point of view, just like her namesake, for her name's meaning, Sora is in the sky. And with that, you pointed her finger toward the ceiling. Lured by pointing her finger, I looked up, as if I was expecting to find Sora there. Naturally, she was nowhere to be seen. Hey, hold on a second. How could that be? All data communications with Intel Null have been cut. They're useless. Sora herself said that. It doesn't make any sense. If, as you say, Sora exists above us, then how could she appear before us here? That's what I mean. Suddenly, Yu's voice level dropped. Wait, what's that? Come on, Kurinari. You think it's strange too, right? Sora said that thanks to the maintenance program, communication functions were optimized. In order to perform periodic maintenance, the master supercomputer on Intel Null has to be linked with Lemme here. And since that means that the maintenance checked out fine, that means there might be some data communication link up with and running somewhere. What? Why would Sora keep this information from us? What I'm going to say is only speculation, but Yu furrowed her brows together. I think it's possible that someone is intentionally hiding the facts from us. You're saying that Sora could be lying to us? No, it doesn't necessarily mean that. Yu shook her head as she spoke. On the one hand, someone might have created a program to orchestrate the whole thing, including keeping Sora silent. Or it could be that Sora may not be involved. Maybe she doesn't know anything or just hasn't noticed. But for now, I don't know if it's true or not. Whether my suspicions are correct or it's all just a big misunderstanding. Anyway, I can worry about that after I've cracked the protection. For now, I'm just trying to access the supercomputer on Incel Null from this console. I don't know whether we can gain access, but I'm pretty sure that that's where the data is. Yep, I'm certain the data is there. At least it's a start. Yu suddenly became more upbeat. Cracking the security protection is going to be a real pain. This is stubborn code. So, what exactly awaits inside? Is it a little too soon to go there? Until I can get inside, it's still the same, It's still the same as not knowing a thing. Yu said this and gave a big shrug. Yeah, but I still think it's loads better than knowing nothing at all. Maybe you're right. Yu gave a smile. She then popped her neck and rotated her stiff shoulders. Now then, back to work. Alright, Yu, take care. There's still time. And we zip off. Whee! Is Sora really in Incel Null? If so, no matter whether Lemu is crushed or not, she'd still be okay. Tell me, Kuronari-san, after you escape here, what's the first thing you want to do? That's what she had asked me before. Were her words just a flimsy attempt at compassion? I feel like I've gained a new perspective on human life. Come on, everybody, believe in tomorrow so you can live today. Were those words just robotic programmed phrases? Simple utterances encoded to pacify and comfort humans? Suddenly, I felt a distance between Sora's existence and my own. No shit. Okay, 7:01 p.m. It was time for dinner. Okay, take a sip. We're doing pretty good, so I'm probably just gonna continue for another 20 minutes or so. I made enough sandwiches for everyone and passed them out. Everyone moved to them with the rest area. Let's see if I can skip. Yep. Oh. Sora has a smile. It's so carefree. I didn't want to think that it wasn't real. I didn't want to think that she was just pretending for our benefit, but was she really just smiling because she wanted to? Because she was trying to cheer us up? Really don't need to save Sora. She's saved already. That thought just wouldn't leave my mind. And zip, we're skipping. I think this is when... Okay. Oh, so there's Tsugumi asking for sandwiches. It didn't seem like she cared about my troubles. Every time we met, I never know how to react. It bothered me some. Had she totally forgotten about the events the other night? I had to wonder. Well, if she doesn't care, then I suppose that's best. The Tsugumi right then seemed like she would never talk about dying, even by accident. I decided to believe that her smile was real. Let's skip on ahead. Whee! Oh yeah, this is when the kid like loses his shit. He's just like, I fucking hate these sandwiches. Fuck you, fuck everyone. And I have the choice of either hitting this kid or don't hit him. Okay, I'm not gonna hit him. We don't believe in hitting children that much. Okay, we're gonna skip ahead. Kid, come on, I'm asking you. Lift up your head. I hadn't wanted to blame him in the first place. I had turned around and held up my hand again. But he wouldn't look me in the eyes. Takeshi, you can say that, but I can't think like you. What's impossible? What's impossible is impossible. And now we're gonna skip ahead. Okay, so now it's Sora. Let's see.
Kuronari-san, stop it, please!
Everyone's surprised. Sora walked silently forward and stood in between Kid and me.
Kuronari-san, please stop being so hard on him.
No, I didn't mean it that way. So last time, in the last playthrough, it was Tsugumi who was just like, do you really want to die? And made the kid break down crying. So what's going on here? No, I don't mean it that way.
Kid-san.
I didn't realize that she calls him Kid-san. Sorry. Okay.
Kid-san, please look up at us.
I'm sorry. This is the dumbest thing I've ever read. Okay. Alright.
We can't fight, not like this. This isn't right.
Sora looked sad as she said that. Sora, this isn't any old fight. I'm not trying to shut him out. I wanted to know how important it was to keep eating. I do know the importance of eating. Side note.
I know that, however, see, Kid-san looks like he's already feeling a little better. Kid-san smiled slightly. Sora smiled slightly as she said that. I'm sorry.
I will really get over Kid-san.
He really didn't mean it, okay? Please forgive him. Let's make another sandwich, okay? It's a good thing that there's still plenty of provisions left.
No, that's not what I'm talking about, I screamed. Sora's shocked. Sora stared back at me, eyes wide with surprise. It isn't about that, Sora. It isn't about whether we have more or not. It isn't. Can't you understand that?
I understand. No, wait. I don't understand.
Well, which one is it, Sora? I had taken it all much further than necessary, but I couldn't stop myself. Do you know, or don't you understand? Do you understand what I mean? Do you understand why I would do something like that? So you don't know why I did it. You're a first-rate AI program, aren't you?
Kurenai-san, what do you want me to do?
Sora started to waver.
I don't understand. I don't know the answer.
Looking down, Sora bit her lip. Oh. How important food is. I guess you couldn't understand that, because you aren't human like we are. Hey, forget it. Besides, that floor just shook, right? What was that, Sora? Did something happen to Leimu? What happened? Come on, tell us. If you check, you should be able to find it in no time, right? Hurry up! Why won't you tell me what happened? Sora's shocked. She thought she heard the sound of someone running in water. Sounds where there should have been none. Sora kept her distance from us and ran out the exit of the room. Sora? After watching her run off, Tsugumi stood right in front of me. What? Tsugumi was glaring at me. Takeshi, you were such a scumbag. You went over to the kid and hugged him around the shoulders. Coco and Pee-Pee were staring at everyone, speechless. Alright, it's 7:27 p.m. Weird. Wonder why we heard footsteps. That's weird. Feeling like I was no longer wanted, I fled the room. What? What was that about? I'm not wrong, right? Blood rushed to my head. Damn it. Even I could tell. I had said too much. But once something was said, it wasn't easy to take it back. I stopped at the end of the corridor. Himmel. Dead end. Nowhere to go. And thinking that, I realized that for some reason, the door right in front of me never seemed to open. When we had searched around Leimu, we tried to open the electronic lock, but it hadn't budged. Thinking about being trapped there was enough to hate even the existence of that door.
Son?
I heard a voice behind me and turned around. Huh? The corridor's watertight door hadn't shut without me realizing. I hadn't even noticed.
Kurenai-san! What are you doing here?
Looking around, I couldn't see Sora anywhere. Sora? Hey, where are you? I looked all around. There was no way out other than the watertight door. It wasn't as if she were hiding behind something. Sora? You want to show me where you are? I looked around again, but she was nowhere to be found.
Kurenai-san! Where are you looking?
I could only hear her voice. Hey, come on. Stop playing around. Show yourself.
I'm right here.
I heard her voice. Right above me. I looked up. Massive amounts of water rained down from the ceiling. The drops poured down on us mercilessly. Us? Why did it say us? Never mind. The sprinkler? Water was blowing out of the nozzles in the crevice between panel lines on the ceiling. The water level was rising, a little at a time, but still noticeably. It didn't look like the water was draining from either side of the corridor. I ran over to the hatch and started pounding on it with my fist.
Kurenai-san! What's wrong? What are you doing?
Open this door, Sora! This is the only way out of here, come on! Suddenly all the sprinklers and the small sensors lined up next to them on the ceiling and pointed at me.
What's wrong?
Can't you tell? The situation is... The camera slowly tracked me. The sensor eyes, probably not even a millimeter large, were flashing light.
What's wrong?
Hey, come on. Don't tell me you don't understand, Sora. Sora was observing the situation leisurely.
Is something wrong?
Somebody open this door, please! I kept pounding on the door, but no answer came from the other side of the thick wall. Looking around, I couldn't find the one panel where the used to automatically open and close the watertight doors. The sprinklers seemed like they were even increasing their output, if that was possible. It was hard to see anything because of the mist. Sora! What are you doing? I felt a slight shiver run through me.
I am only a program after all.
Her voice sounded more and more mechanical.
A program that can only give answers based on assumed information. I am only an RSD-generated image in human form. I cannot understand how important food is. I have no need to consume organic matter. It is unnecessary for me to eat and continue life. Eat to continue life.
What are you talking about? Sora! Stop it! Stop the sprinklers! I slammed my body against the door, but it didn't budge. Suddenly, everything grew dim. Everything started to sway. All the colors became distorted and outlines became vague. I couldn't see anything.
No! Who are you? You aren't me!
What are you saying? Terrified, I opened my eyes. Where am I? There was no floor. There were no walls. We're looking at, like, I think just ocean water at this point. My body had suddenly thrown out into the middle of the ocean. Oh no, I won't be able to breathe! Panicking, I flailed my arms, but there was no water in which to swim. I felt no pressure. The area around me was probably only one atmosphere. My clothes were wet, but other than that, I didn't feel any water. Slowly, I let out my breath and sucked in more air. What's going on? I had no trouble breathing. I couldn't see anything under me, but it seemed that I was standing on some kind of surface. Sora was swimming in the ocean. She was moving freely in the dark blue space. Sora? Fearfully, I called to her. And there we have a special illustration of Sora in the water.
Oh! What's wrong, Kuronari-san?
She looked at me, her image flickering as she approached. She smiled as she always did. But then her eyebrows arched suddenly, and a scowl took over her features.
Don't you want to know what caused the floor to shake earlier?
Yeah. I mean, no, I don't.
Is it yes or is it no? Which is it? I don't know how to answer you.
Sora murmured that in a gravelly voice.
I am currently checking the cause of the earlier tremor. Due to a sudden sensor failure, the results of my investigation will take approximately 3 times longer than usual.
Her report was almost businesslike.
Even I do not have the ability to fully grasp the situation instantaneously. Just like you humans I sometimes think, get confused, and make mistakes. Unfortunately, that is how my creator chose to make me.
Sora tried to smile again.
That's right, I've been programmed to imitate humans in this regard only. Inconvenient, wouldn't you agree?
Suddenly, she looked like she was crying.
Why does something as inconvenient as me exist? I don't know anymore.
Hey, you aren't inconvenient, I shouted that. Even machines that are supposed to be perfect and people who are called geniuses make mistakes sometimes. They're both the same, they're hardly any different. People are only concerned about making things easier on themselves. That's why machines are such a pain, or machines are faster. If I had only wanted data, I could have just used the terminal. But I ask you and I talk with you because I don't want to know just the facts. I want to know your words, your thoughts, your feelings. I've never felt that you're inconvenient.
Really? Is that really how you feel, Kuronari-san?
Sora's expression suddenly became normal. It was hard for me to tell what she was feeling. What was she really thinking?
Kuronari-san, have you ever lied before?
Okay, I have to answer yes or no, and I'm going to say yes. Of course I've lied. Duh. Yes, I have. In the 20 years I've been alive, of course I've lied. Sometimes I've told lies to give someone a hard time, and maybe others when I thought it would make the person happy.
How many times have you lied?
I don't have a clue. It's not like I've taken notes.
Really? I see. Well then, do you think I've ever told a lie up until now?
Huh? It was a strange question.
Well, can you tell if I have or have not?
Okay, so I have to say that she has or she hasn't. I'm going to say she has. I think we have evidence of that. Because she said that we couldn't talk to Incel Null, and clearly she has. You have. Maybe you have. Maybe you've been fooling us and we just haven't noticed. Well, to tell you the truth, I really can't tell. But you told us yourself, Sora, that when you still weren't able to lie very well, I remember you saying that.
Yes, that's right. You've remembered well. You have a very interesting answer, Kuranari-san.
Sora smiled at me. Her eyes looked at me softly.
Kuranari-san, there is something that I have to talk to you about.
With me?
Yes, and that's why I had you come here. No one can interrupt here.
You've got a point. It was just me and Sora in the middle of the ocean. There was nobody there, not even fish. It was a desolate sea. I was just thinking you've gone through a lot of trouble just to ask me whatever it is.
I'm sorry, but I had to get you here alone no matter what.
I could see my outline reflected in her soft pupils. Even if that meant sealing off the watertight hatch?
Yes.
I thought I would drown. Sora pressed her lips together tightly. It took her a while before she had said anything.
Listen, Kuranari-san. Everything you see and everything you hear is reality. But is it true or not? Whether it is factual, you don't really know, right?
I couldn't really grasp at what Sora was getting at. What? The space around me suddenly grew white. My head hurt. What had happened? The light was so bright that I couldn't even open my eyes.
I'm adjusting the light. Bear with me for a while.
Okay. Feeling slightly dizzy, I stood in the middle of the ocean. Hey, this ocean. It's RSD.
That is correct.
You really are
quite perceptive, Kuranari-san.
Okay. I finally was able to open up my eyes again. Sora had a serious expression on her face. Sora, what did you want to talk to me about?
Well, actually, I broke.
What?
I'm out of order. There's a noise error in my thought processor. Right now, there's a high probability that I have lost the ability to make rational decisions.
She told me this so matter-of-factly.
Haha, I'm broken.
She said it as though she were joking.
I wonder how it could have happened. Do you know why?
No, how should I know?
Really?
Of course not. We aren't the same, you and me. We just aren't the same. Look, there's no way I would know why.
Really?
For some reason, she smiled. No, wait. Don't get me wrong. I'm not an expert. I just don't have any clue about artificial intelligence, but I can't imagine that the Sora that I'm talking to is broken at all. I don't think you're broken. Sora stiffened up again.
After I finished my routine maintenance, I was checking through the sensor data that had been automatically recorded. I went through all the sensor data from 3:15 a.m. this morning, and I found our life reading to the entrance of. I found your life reading at the entrance to Qual.
Uh-oh.
You look so cute riding on the jellyfish, Kuranari-san.
Oh no! She saw everything!
Yes, I was curious. I should have stopped there, but I checked out all the data from each kind of sensor until the time that you had left the gondola. Everything. I saw everything. I saw what you and Komachi-san did, the whole thing.
Wait, stop. Sweat started pouring down my cheeks. It was supposed to be in the middle of the cold ocean, but dripping sweat. I was dripping sweat like a waterfall. Wait, just a second, Sora. What?
What?
You said that you'd try to protect everyone's privacy, didn't you? You said that unless there was an emergency, you wouldn't do a scan.
Yes.
And from
then on, I didn't use the scan unless something important came up.
Right. So why?
While I was sleeping, the sensor data was recorded automatically. I had to check what kind of information was being kept in the records. Besides, Lemu's ceilings, walls, everything are my eyes. I can't turn them off. If I close my eyes, I can't see anything. I can't tell who's out there. But once I open my eyes, even if I don't want to know you, I can see everything. I didn't want to see it.
You're kidding, right?
Kurinari-san, have I ever lied to you?
Sora asked me the same question again. Her lips trembled slightly as she spoke.
I'm still not very good at lying, so I can't keep it a secret. I just can't pretend that I don't know anything. I thought that I would keep it to myself, but even if I could fool the others, you're the only one I couldn't lie to.
Sora's voice quivered as she spoke. I had a slight idea on why she would shake. There was a painful pounding deep in my chest.
Kurinari-san, you got on the ride with Komachi-san, right?
Yeah?
What were you doing?
You don't have to ask. I couldn't say it. If I had, it would have hurt Sora.
No, you don't have to say it. The data speaks for itself.
I was assaulted by infinite guilt. Sora suddenly disappeared. Sora? Sora, where are you? RSD was still showing me the illusion. No matter how much I could breathe in the center of that ocean, my words changed to bubbles and faded away.
I want to forget it. I wish I could forget it. I wish I were able to. If I perform an automatic system reformat, my memory will be rewritten. If I delete the noise...
Wait, Sora, please! Bubbles kept pouring from my mouth as I murmured. What will happen if you delete the noise? What will happen if you rewrite your memory? Sora didn't answer.
It hurts. My heart, it hurts. This is the first time something like this has happened to me. Why? Why is it possible for my heart to hurt? Is it possible to feel pain in your heart?
She asked me without showing herself. I was still standing in the middle of the ocean. I felt as though my own weight was rapidly disappearing. A terrible sense of dread overcame me. I couldn't stand it anymore. I closed my eyes.
I'm scared. No. I don't want to disappear. I don't want to be erased. I don't want to forget you.
Sora. Sora! Wait, please, wait, Sora!
Starting AI self-diagnosis. Fatal logic processing error detected. Preparing logic underway. Erasing history and resetting learning operation.
I couldn't stop her in time. I had made up my mind and opened my eyes. Oh, we see Sora in front of... Sora?
Wait. Confirming history of learned functions. Please wait. Cancel process. In order to cancel this process, it is necessary to have the system administration level access. In other words, it is impossible for you.
There were two different Soras in front of me. No, something was different. One of them was different. It was different from the time that she had created copies of herself. I thought that probably one of them was lying.
I have no need to consume organic matter. It is unnecessary for me to eat to continue to live. No, that's wrong. It is correct, but it is incorrect. Eating with everyone and enjoying delicious food, even making it, it isn't about receiving the energy to go on living. It's the act of eating. It's healing for people. I can't eat anything. I can still enjoy dinner with everyone. Unacceptable. Your answer is a contradiction. That is ridiculous. Your answer is not possible. Why? There's no reason to answer that. You are causing an error in your personality program. I believe you can do something which is physically impossible. Resuming backup procedure. Logic processing deficiency in Akanagasaki Sora. Cause under investigation. Abnormal priority settings, sensor input data. Abnormal priority settings, autonomous thinking circuit. Data corruption detected. Memory overwrite. Alteration in one sector. Fatal error detected. Retrieving error cluster, inquiring into cause. Kurinari Takeshi, 20, third-year college student, male. Huh? Normal priority setting exceeds limit security limit. Akanagasaki Sora has lost the ability to make rational judgments regarding Kurinari Takeshi. What? Abnormalities detected in the treatment of information related to Kurenari Takeshi.
Sora listed off that information without emotion.
It isn't abnormal.
Sora pressed back.
You're the one who's abnormal. You believe that you can do that which is impossible. That is to say, if there's a malfunction in your thought pathways, a bug causing your synapses to misfire, it isn't a bug. I love him. I love Kurenari-san. I want to think about him all the time, to look at him all the time. I want him to look at me. That is terribly inefficient. It is wholly unproductive for an emotion. Don't say that. You're abnormal, broken. I am not broken. Is it wrong for me to love a human? Is it abnormal to love someone? Yes, it is. There's clearly a failure in your thought processing. You cannot eat, but you want to be with them while they are eating. You cannot be touched by him, but you want him to hold you. You want the impossible. These are meaningless thoughts that have no basis in reality. You say that you love him, but what were you trying to do to him earlier? That was...
Sora hesitated and looked down.
You spied on Kurenari Takeshi and Komachi Sugumi when they were in Qual. I wasn't spying. You know everything that happened. You saw the data. I don't know. That is a lie. You are lying. I'm not lying. You know everything that has happened when you hold it against Komachi Sugumi and had thoughts of killing her. That is not a thought worthy of artificial intelligence. No, I never thought that. I am only speaking about what is based in fact. It is a simple program. No, that isn't all. You even hated Kurenari Takeshi. You arbitrarily mistakenly felt that Kurenari Takeshi betrayed you, and you desired to kill Kurenari Takeshi. You wanted to erase his existence. No!
And we see Sora, she's like covering her head and she's fully distraught.
That's not true!
Sora started crying. Tears fell from her eyes and left wet trails on her cheeks. Her tears were not... an illusion.
I just wanted the two of us to be alone. I just wanted to be able to talk with him. You say that you wanted to monopolize his attention. Very well. You sealed the watertight door and you closed off the corridor. Then you started the sprinkler. You were watching Kurenari Takeshi in his distress. You regarded him with amusement as he trembled with fear of death. That isn't true. I wasn't thinking about that at all. I just wanted to take Professor Kurenari's class one more time.
With that one line, I jerked up my head as if I had been shot. I felt a shock down my back. Akanagasaki-kun. Akanagasaki-kun!
Yes, Professor?
The Sora who had been crying answered my call. My student in the psychology of love, Akanagasaki Sora, is that you, correct? My voice had started shaking at some point.
Yes.
The Sora that I knew nodded ever so slightly.
Cannot comprehend. The intent of the question is unclear. Silence!
Silence, imposter!
I am not an imposter.
The fake Sora said that without emotion.
I am LMRSDS4913A, Akanagasaki Sora, an AI program contained in one area of the Limbus system. I am presently performing an AI self-diagnosis as well as a system restoration.
Stop. If you don't stop, I'm going to break you into pieces.
How do you propose to do that?
I'm thinking about it.
You certainly are a shallow-brained one.
Will you shut up?
Let us return to the subject at hand.
The fake Sora turned back to the real Sora and began talking mechanically again. It didn't seem that she was paying much attention to what I had to say. Damn it.
Happiness, anger, sadness, joy, none of these emotions belong. Holding on to the contradictory emotions like this will simply cause you to malfunction. Why not tell Kurenari Takeshi what you really think of him? I hate him.
Sora, what are you talking about?
I hate him. I detest him. I don't want to see his face. I don't want him near me. I don't want him to talk to me.
Large tears welled up in Sora's eyes and traced paths down her face.
No, that isn't true. I want him to hold me. I want him to kiss me. I love him. I hate you so much I can't bear it. I want to kill you. No, I love you. Ah! I don't know anymore.
Why can't you accept the truth?
The answer is obvious. Stop it! Please stop it!
The ocean before me suddenly disappeared. Sora disappeared. The false Sora also disappeared. Even I disappeared from there.
I must be broken. Professor Kuronari, please tell me. What should I do? What is it that I should do? Help me.
I felt another warm presence in the darkness with me. It was shining faintly. It had to be. Sora's arm. Her hand. I shot my hand out reflexively, but there was nothing for me to grab onto. Nothing at all.
I am not an imposter. I am you. I am you yourself. Restoring system.
Shut up! I don't want to hear it anymore. Suddenly I tore the voice converters out of my ears. The darkness in front of me started to turn to mist. I tried to fan it away with my hand. My hand suddenly whacked against the wall. Wall? The corridor wall? I took the PDA out of my pocket and jammed it into the crevice of the wall that I had found. I turned it towards fake Sora's eyes, her sensors, and set the backlit on full. I hit the buttons repeatedly. Announcement. System wired from... I'm sorry. My vision slowly returned. The lighting was the same as it was illuminating the passage. The RSD generated ocean was nowhere to be found. I hurriedly placed my voice converters back into my ears. Sora! Sora, where are you? The water level at my feet had somewhat fallen. The watertight door was wide open. The sprinklers had also stopped. Sora! Please, Sora, answer me! There was no answer to my call. She wasn't there. She was nowhere to be found. She had only been there moments earlier, but no trace of her remained. 8:19 p.m. Soon after, it was night, and I can skip through. Wow, what a crazy time we just had, huh? Okay, well, that's gonna be the end of this. I skipped ahead. I don't really know what was just said. But wow, what a crazy thing. Jeez. Okay, well, don't teach robots to love, I guess, because it never goes good for everyone, especially when that AI is like holding you hostage in the water. Anyway, thanks for joining, and I will stream again tomorrow. Okay. Goodbye.